Just like with our furniture, you get the nightstand and I get everything else. Well, you want to say hello? We're at the oncology office this morning to get labs. They are checking my complements, which is part of the immune system, to see if they're still abnormal like they were, since the doctors in Ohio thought that the PJP infection had been skewing them. So if those are abnormal again, then we will begin a treatment. We still have to begin some kind of treatment, but if the complements are abnormal, it'll kind of direct treatment a little bit more. Then they're also checking my basic, like, CBC to see if I need more blood, which I don't think I do because the bleeding has slowed down considerably and is back to my baseline bleeding and not pure syrupy blood. And then they'll be checking LFTs, of course, and what else? And then they check my ferritin to see about that, and usually my LDH, because those are different HLH / macrophage activation markers.
Sorry.
And my mom's Instagram. And someone asked me if I dyed my hair. I guess if I got reddish highlights.
It just looks different colors at
sometimes,
times.
yeah, so, depending on the lighting. And I do have a red tinge to my hair naturally. I get it from my dad's side, but
We used to call her redheaded hamburger head when she was a little baby.
But no, I did not dye my hair. I don't tolerate hair dye. I'm allergic. Back in the day, before my mast cell was bad, I did dip dye my hair. And I'm glad I got that out of my system. Very glad. I'll have to see if I can find that picture. I did it red. It was dip dyed red, but
Was it red or purplish?
yeah, it was like a purplish red, but yeah. No, I have not dyed my hair. I'm just, it has red undertones in it. Today I was supposed to go to the infusion center for my next prophylactic treatment of pentamidine, but because of the COVID-19, they are canceling all infusions and medical appointments. Because of that, I'm doing it at home. Normally, this is a drug that you would monitor for because it can cause blood sugar drops and low blood pressure and different heart involvement. But because I did okay with it, my first infusion, we decided that it is worth the risk to do it at home because I would rather deal with potential bad side effects here than to have to be out in public. My oncologist said that the COVID cases are expected to peak in my area this week or next. They are rapidly multiplying. We haven't left the house other than for that appointment, and I did drop some stuff into the post office box, but I didn't have to get out or touch anything. The transplant coordinator with Georgetown called, and because my entire clinical picture has changed since I last spoke with them, I have to send over all my new records. I originally was not cleared to travel with the HLH situation. I only went to Cincinnati because they're supposed to be the experts on HLH, so if a HLH crisis had occurred, I would be in the better place, but it turned out to be HLH's baby, MAS, and not full-blown HLH anyways. But I said yes, now I'm able to travel, but now I can't schedule anything because of the COVID situation again. The transplant coordinator said she hopes this will be better within a month, but she doubts it. I wasn't even going to answer the phone because it's just overwhelming, and there's been so much that has occurred since I last spoke with them. I think, okay, so Silvino and I think I look less yellow today. I think I look less yellow today.
It's hard to see outside.
When I have my non-lipid days of TPN, I look less yellow. Even though my belly's still 10-1, but Lino and I were considering getting a mini house.
You're considering getting a mini house.
You are too. Why don't you want a mini house?
It's called a tiny house.
Or a tiny
It's
house.
a mini house, tiny house, the same thing.
Yeah, same difference.
Just call it the right thing.
Mini house. I'm good with a mini house. I don't know if you would be though. I feel like you'd have the biggest problem here. I mean, shoot, you already have a walk-in closet and an outside closet and partially of your mom's closet full of stuff that you buy. And just imagine trying to fit all of that in a mini house. That's going to fill up your whole bedroom just in your closet.
No, because I'll have the whole house.
You won't have the whole house. The whole house is the thing.
It's just like with our furniture, you get the nightstand and I get everything else.
But that's the thing. The nightstand will probably be one of the only things that fit inside the mini house.
No.
It's tiny.
Yes, they're like 500 square feet. We would put it
That's
in the
not
back of
that
my
much,
parents'
Ryan.
property. And the goal of that would be that once we are married, we will have our own place. This is kind of cool.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Here's more
Anything
garden
pop up
update.
yet? The only thing I see flourishing is the lettuce. The tomatoes aren't even doing much.
Tomatoes doing okay. Like these ones are looking a lot healthier. This guy right here looks like he's doing a little. He's having a rough time.
He's struggling.
But these three right here look doing okay. That almost looks like cilantro right there.
That center bean right there has really taken off. While I'm doing a garden update, I guess I'll show that I had my first teleconference appointment.
It's called something else.
I don't know, but that was pretty neat.
I just.
I
do
think that the
always.
teleconference appointment goes better than the in-person appointments.
I can feel it coming in the air.
Oh gosh, Silvino. We're on the vlog and he's singing.
My bad.
Well, I guess continue on.
I'm good. You embarrassed me now.
I did?
A little bit.
What's the next part?
I can't remember.
I can't either.
I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh no. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's about as far as I know.
So we gotta fill up the other garden bed. But I guess I will share about my teleconference appointment while I'm trying to get some vitamin D. And the scope results came back. The TMA that was localized to my rectum, it has improved. It was infection induced from my PJP infection. And there was no more features of vasculitis, which the TMA and vasculitis can be induced by infection and go away once the infection is cleared. So that is kind of normal, but my complement testing that was supposed to go along with the TMA, those are still all higher than they even were before. So there are other conditions that cause high complement levels, and I guess they will be investigating those. The patches that are friable and bleeding from my duodenum to my rectum are still present. The report says in light of the genetic findings, it says like there is some sort of inflammatory bowel disease like process because the compound heterozygous TTC7A deficiency mutations that they had found other to wasp. But it causes early onset IBD and immune deficiency. And Cincinnati had thought that because I didn't show immune deficiency and I wasn't having a lot of there's a wasp again, and the particular intestinal inflammation that they were looking for with that particular condition wasn't there, that wasn't the cause of all my obstructions and every liver disease, etc., etc. There are some studies that do relate my 2 mutations as disease-causing, and then some that say that my 2 mutations are not. So it is entirely impossible to know that without being able to test my biological father, but he is deceased. So Cincinnati assumed that it wasn't disease-causing, but now all of a sudden I am portraying exactly what those mutations cause, because my immunoglobulin levels are all down now too, showing the immune deficiency. And now I have the IBD process going on, and it said that only the earliest findings were clear in my previous biopsies. So my GI doctor today during the teleconference was trying to discuss whether the treatment for the genetically caused IBD would be the same as if she were treating one of her Crohn's disease patients. And she wants a second opinion regarding that, because with TTC7A deficiency, there are less than 100 people in the world with it. It's very rare. So I'm being sent off again to another institution for that second opinion.
I told you it was poison ivy.
We've got poison ivy. And then we'll go from there with treatment, but I can't even get into another institution until after the pandemic. And I also cannot receive treatment because they don't want to start a biologic and IVIG during the pandemic either, because number one, the IVIG would have to be started inpatient, and number two, I can try the biologic at home, but the risk of me having complications and needing hospitalization is too great, and that can't occur right now. So I'm still bleeding from my bowels like I have the past 2 months, but it is back to baseline, and as long as it doesn't worsen, we're just gonna hope everything stays status quo until June, because the doctor said she didn't expect us to get better, the COVID to get better until June. I think I'm gonna end this vlog for this week here.
But it's only Friday.
This is gonna be my stay home vlog, because nobody's doing anything. I don't have any more appointments. I can't get TPN labs for the next month because it's too dangerous to go in the office, she said. So we're just gonna hope that those stay stable. My pentamidine infusion that we did at home went good too. Had reaction later, but when my body receives something different, it gets a little finicky, but it passed. So all is well there. Bye. Do you want to say bye or serenade them goodbye?
I don't want to serenade them. That's torturous. I'll say bye though.
He always sings the wrong lyrics to things.
I do.
That's
They
his.
sound good though, either way.
Nah, half the time it doesn't even make any sense.
It does make sense. And most of the times it's he or she or something simple like that.
Anyways.
Bye.
Bye.